So, okay, welcome everybody. This is Arlene. I am the organizer of this thing, to welcome you all. We are building credibility of Monat amongst the company and amongst the world. So I've got some amazing, abundant mindset individuals on this call, and I'm just going to just basically say, this call is meant for it to be shared. It's also meant for you to honor the system we have, to go back to the person who shared this video with you, and go forth and be happy with good hair. So I'm going to start with Shannon Massey. I'm going to unmute you, Shannon, and figure that out. And then I'll let you just share your story with everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, good. My name is Shannon Massey. I'm a managing market mentor with Monat Global. I am in Memphis, Tennessee, and just going to share a little bit about my journey with Monat. So my father was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer in July of 2013. We moved him in with us. He lived with us for 13 months, where my husband, my 4 children, my 4 sons, we took care of him. We took him to his chemo treatments, and unfortunately, he did pass away in my home in August of 2014. And during that battle, when we saw that chemo was no longer working for him and that he was going to die, my hair started falling out. And I knew it was stress related. My mother also passed away from cancer 10 years ago. And I've learned so much about what we put in and on our body that I was never going to use something chemical based to deal with this hair loss issue that I was having. So I was just, parting my hair differently, getting it cut differently, trying not to worry about it too much, but we're women and it bothers us, but I had kind of bigger things going on at that time with his passing and all that. So I just was kind of dealing with it and hoping it was going to resolve itself. He died in August of 2014. A month later, an acquaintance of mine at the time on Facebook reached out to me and said, "Hey, have you heard of this new company called Monat launching next month?" And I said, "No, what is it?" And she said, "Well, it's a hair care company, botanically based, and it's chemical free, non-toxic." And I was kind of halfway paying attention. I thought, okay, well, that sounds good. That's good. I've not heard of a direct sales company like that before. But then she said it helps stop hair loss and promotes new hair growth. And when she said that, my attention turned completely to what she was saying, because this is something I was dealing with. And she did not know this was something I was dealing with. So she said, "Would you like some samples?" And I said, "Sure." So she sent me some samples from North Dakota to Memphis, and I tried it, and I loved the way it made my hair look and feel, and the product smelled great. But honestly, it could have made my hair be terrible. And I just needed to know whether this really was going to help with this hair loss issue I was having. So as soon as the company launched October 1st, I signed up as a VIP as soon as I possibly could and got the product and started using the volume system at that point with the oil. 8 days later, I noticed that my hair was coming out so significantly less. It was not in my hands in the shower. It was not in my brush. It was not in my on my clothes. And honestly, I thought, I'm imagining this. This is not really happening. But then by 3.5 weeks, I had the baby hair growth here in my part and at my hairline. And I can remember sitting on the vanity in my bathroom, like up to the mirror, thinking and just looking at it and just going, "Oh my gosh, those are new hairs growing. I can't believe this." So I was sold and I was thrilled. And also by that time, 3.5 weeks later, my hair had gone through an incredible transformation. Before, it was dry, it was brittle, it was cracking, it was over processed. It was my husband could not run his hands through my hair. It would just get stuck. And by 3.5 weeks, it was shinier, it was healthier, it was soft. He could run his hands through my hair. It was completely different. And I knew I was never going to use anything but Monat at that point. So I thought, okay, if I'm going to be using this product, and I'm never using anything else again, I'm going to become a market partner. And I'm going to share this with people that I met when my dad was going to chemo, because some of them were starting to come off chemo and we're going to be finishing up their treatment soon. That was all I ever intended on doing with Monat, because I work full time. I'm in lease administration portfolio services for a global commercial real estate company. I have 4 sons. I'm married. We're involved in our community. And I had just lost my father. I was not in a place where I was going, "Hey, this is a great time to start a new business." But I was thinking I could help people with this product potentially. And I signed up as a market partner October 28th, and I created a photo album on Facebook of just a handful of photos, because the only ones I had at that point were people that had joined Monat and started using the product during pre-launch. But as soon as I did that, I was inundated with people commenting on the photo albums, commenting on the pictures, messaging me, sometimes in tears. They would ask me if I could call them. They would be in tears talking about their own hair loss for the past 20 years sometimes, and how they would, they didn't even like to have conversations with people because they were so self-conscious of people looking at their scalp while they were talking to them. And these were women, and it's such an emotional, very personal thing to us. And I had no idea. I'm not a hair professional. I had no idea it was such a big issue until now. I realize it now. But so right away, I had a lot of people that were interested in the product. On the flip side of that, I had people asking me about the business opportunity because they saw the advantages of joining something brand new before I even realized it myself, I think. And it just took off. And early on, I saw how these products help people. And that was really when I said, it just took over. It's not even like I made this a conscious decision. It was just like something took over, and the joy that it gave me in my heart to be able to help people, especially women, regain their self-confidence, their self-esteem, get comfortable in their own body again, feel pretty again, and those type of things. That, to this day, almost 2.5 years later, is what drives me every day in my Monat business. And it's why it wakes me up in the morning. It just does. And I do still currently work a full-time job. Fortunately, I get to work from home 2 days a week, so that's very helpful. It makes it hard to leave them so far, but even though I never intended initially to make a business out of this, it's ended up being incredible opportunity. I have tripled my income. I have been on to the New York City launch party, to the Bahamas cruise, where I actually paid for my husband and 2 of my sons. 2 couldn't go because of school, but 2 could go. And I actually surprised them and paid for their airfare and their cruise fare to take them on the Monat Bahamas cruise. And I paid for that out of one Monat bonus check, which is amazing because we've lived paycheck to paycheck our entire marriage. My husband is a police officer. We have kids in private school. We've worked 2 and 3 jobs to put them through the education we want them to have. And we've never had money left over at the end of the month until Monat came along. And, so I surprised them. I took them on the cruise. It was my way of thanking them for the way they took care of my father, their grandfather, during his cancer battle. And we had just kind of come off the hardest 18 months of our lives at that point. And we had a blast. And, just consistency of sharing this product and this opportunity. I've been able to go on the Mexico Cabo trip, Seattle leadership, just amazing. And it's been one of the biggest blessings of my life, not just financially, but to the thousands of people that myself and my team have been able to help with these products. And certainly, absolutely, the success that we've had is because of these products. And they're remarkable, and there's nothing like them in the world. So we're just going to keep sharing. And I'm excited to see how this is going to grow in the next 6 months, the next year, the next 5 years. And we're just getting started. So that's it. That's my story. And I'm just, even 2.5 years into it, I'm more excited now than I have been before. So it's just remarkable.
Thank you so much, Shannon.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, honestly, it's an honor to have you. Shannon is one of the people that actually helped encourage me into this company because of what it's done for people and helping people. So the next person is actually Shannon McKenzie. Go for it, Shannon.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing that, Shannon. Oh my goodness, I've heard so many amazing things about you, but to actually hear your story and how it's impacted you and your family and the ripple effect, it gets me teary and just fills my heart up. And I'm just so excited to see you at Monations and give you a big hug. So thanks, Shannon. So my name is Shannon McKenzie. I am Zooming here from beautiful Kelowna, BC. And I'm really just grateful to be on this call. Thank you so much, Arlene, and so excited to share my story hear everybody else's story, because that's what this company is about. All of these stories of all of the people being impacted in a positive, meaningful, beautiful way, and I just adore that. So I actually had heard about Monat a few different times. I had been asked 3 different times by friends in my life to join their Monat team, and due to my perspective on network marketing, I had actually done a couple of skincare parties in my early 20s, and my perception of network marketing was going out and doing the parties and getting all of the product in and delivering all of the product and putting a whole bunch of time and energy in. And in my experience, I would get home and tally up how much I had spent on wine and cheese that night and how much I had made. And both of those times I had gone in the hole. I decided I should have maybe bought some cheaper wine or something, but it didn't work out for me. And that was my perspective that I had, my view on network marketing. And so when I was asked, I said no 3 different times. Something kind of struck me with my last friend who had asked me. She has thyroid disease. And I started seeing how this company affects people in a positive way through her eyes. And so Sandra has thyroid disease. Her hair was falling out in handfuls. You could see her scalp. I think the thing that really got to me the most was that she had stopped posting pictures of her and her family, and I just started to see the impact that it had on her. So I had said no to her, but a couple of weeks after that, I seen her do a video, and she was sharing how the products had changed her life in a positive way. She did a video showing her 90-day results, and she was swinging her hair all around, big smile on her face, and she was so happy, and I was in awe. Her hair was thicker and shinier and healthier than mine, and I just couldn't believe the transformation. For me to see that, not just pictures of people I didn't really know, but one of my dearest best friends, seeing how it changed her life, it really, really impacted me. So I started researching. I researched everything. I wanted to make sure of the ingredients of these products, that they really were naturally based and were safe and gentle for us to use and for our planet. Those are both things that are really, really important to me and in line with who I am. And then I researched, found out they were cruelty-free. I'm an animal lover. Like, I absolutely adore animals, so that was very important for me as well. Once I found out how incredible these products are, the ingredients, then I started looking into the company and the Urdaneta family. I started looking at staff. I really researched the heck out of everything because it means a lot to me, and I need to know that I can stand 110% behind what I'm doing in order to do well with it and in order to live in integrity. So I picked this company, the products, everything apart for about a month and a half. And absolutely everything that I found out, it matched with who I am and what I want in my life. So that was kind of like my go ahead. And I decided, you know what, I'm going in. I am going all in. I called my stepdaughter and my new husband over for a family chat, and I said, I'm going all in, you guys. I found all of these amazing things out while I was researching. I love this company, and I love what I can do with this. So you guys aren't going to see me as often because I'm going to be working my tushy off, and I'm going to be affecting as many people's life in a positive way as I possibly can. And they're just the biggest sweethearts, and they stood behind me from that very first initial talk the day before I signed up. So that was January 9th. So I just celebrated my 1 year this month with Monat Global. Yeah, and it has been the most impactful and incredible year of my life. One thing maybe that people don't know about me is I was actually in a cliff jumping accident about 3 years prior to signing up. I am a giant go-getter. Like, I love life. I love people, and I love to just go and live it full on. So when I was in my cliff jumping accident, I jumped off a 50-foot cliff, and when I hit the water, I broke some bones and caused a whole bunch of damage. And literally in a matter of seconds, everything around me had changed. For 3 years, it was so hard. I could not find a career or business that I could work around my bad days. Don't get me wrong, I tried my hardest, and I tried so hard to stay positive. But when you are unable to work and to live up to your full potential, things start going downhill. They did for me anyway. And I lost so many things, including just myself. I lost my independence, my confidence. I lost really my purpose. When I woke up in the morning, I had to pep talk myself. I had to pep talk myself to get up out of bed and be okay and try to stay positive. And it was like that for years. And when Monat came into my life and I could find a reason to shine again, I could find a reason to get out of bed and not only, let me tell you people, I ain't got to pep talk myself no more. I am jumping out of bed. I am so excited. I am filled with so much passion, so much joy, and I absolutely adore what I get to do every single day. And I have that because of Monat, and I am so grateful for that. And like Shannon was just sharing, the effect that we get to have, and the joy that we get to spread, whether it's helping people look and feel their best, or my very favorite part is just working with an incredible team of people. And I love that every one of us has different gifts, no matter what it is, and that as long as we get to embrace what that gift is and truly, truly allow those natural gifts to shine and be authentic in our businesses and what we do, just the most incredible, amazing things happen. And we get to watch dreams coming true every single day. So what a huge blessing that is. And I'm just so grateful for that. So thank you so much, Arlene.
Oh my gosh, Shannon, your story you went a little bit over 5 minutes, but that's okay. Your story is incredible. Like it moves people all the time. Oh my gosh, your story is amazing. And your energy is so, your energy is awesome. Anyway, so the next person up is Kat Gertson, the rock star sister friend.
Hey, awesome. Hello, everybody. Woo, Monat love. This is amazing. I love it. So I am Kat Gertson. I am here in Sherwood Park, Alberta. Monat, I found Monat in November of 2014, and sadly, Monat was not ready for Canada yet. So I sat there and I stalked my upline for about 8 months and made sure she didn't forget about me. The reason that I had invested in her was because I have a little girl. I'm a single mom. And when I had my daughter, my mom and sister threw a baby shower for me. And I only had one friend show up. Luckily, my mom and my sister, they invited a whole bunch of other people, so I didn't feel like a huge loser, but it was like one of those things. And I had ordered a bag from Mandy, my upline, and in it she sorry guys, sorry about that, I had a call come through. She'd actually thrown in a baby present. And so right then and there, that was in 2012, and so right then and there I started paying more attention to Mandy, because I mean, you become the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most, right? And her energy and her, just the way she was, I was like, I really like that. And I want that to be in my circle of trust, right? Like on Meet the Parents. And so, yeah, I really liked her. And so I saw her doing this thing and I was like, I want to do it. And she's like, we're not in Canada yet. And so I knew that in order for me to change my life and my daughter's life, I had to make massive changes, right? I had to take some risks. I had to get out there and out of my comfort zone. And all while this was happening, I was actually in school full-time and working full-time. So I was going to school to be a massage therapist. So I was going into school full-time. I was doing a full-time practicum and working full-time as a restaurant manager. I was freaking busy, right? I did not have time to start a fourth thing. Right. And I was really good at massage. Like I had a full client base. I did very, very well. But I also knew that in order for me to make ends meet, just ends meet, guys, like that was like literally just ends meet, I had to do 7 90-minute massages a day. Okay. That is grueling. Okay. You enjoy the first 2. You're like, this is great. By the 5th, and the 6th and the 7th, you're just literally like, okay, where's my hammer so I can just beat on them with it and maybe they won't notice, right? You're tired. And I just knew that wasn't how I wanted to be, because after that, I didn't want to be a mom even after, right? And so I really knew that I had to just suck it up, right? And I just knew, and I knew that a short-term loss of time was going to add up in dividends in the future, right? So I went in and I got a Snapchat picture from Mandy in beginning of June, and she said, we're coming to Canada. And I said, giddy up, let's go, right? So you know what I did? All I started doing, guys, was I just started sharing the opportunity through pure excitement. And I always say I was ignorance on fire. I had no idea what I was talking about. I had no idea. All I knew was that this was going to change my life and it was going to change my family's life, right? And so I started just having people come over to my house. I really shouldn't say I had people coming over to my house, because only 2 times out of 5 times that I did it, people actually showed up, right? I had a lot of no-show parties. So the first one, we had a get together. I had some, cheese and meat in there, and I put my upline in Minnesota on speakerphone, and she just went through it. First one, 5 people. Second one, 0. Third one, 0. Fourth one, 0. Fifth one, 8. Okay, and so then once we launched, at this point there, you have to understand, like, there was no money coming in. There was no rank advancements happening. We hadn't even launched into Canada yet. So I don't know what I was doing. I was just having fun meeting new people, because I'd been a mom cooped up working all the time and everything like that. So I was meeting new people. I was having a good time. Then we launched, and my goodness, how freaking exciting is it when you go and you set a goal and then you freaking knock it out of the water, and you're just like, wow, I didn't know I could do that. I started to regain this thing in myself, because I had been a very high level athlete. Sorry guys, my phone is blowing up here. I had been a very high level athlete. I played NCAA Division I hockey in the States. And, I loved competition. I loved bettering myself and competing with myself, because I was a goalie as well. And I found that again. All of a sudden, it was like this new part of me, but it was bigger, because not only was I able to help myself compete with myself and discover more, but I'm able to go and I'm able to take it with other people, right? And so now, I've never, ever in a million years thought that I could have as good of a relationship with my mom and my sister as I do now. right? Before, you could get us together for about 24 hours, and about that 26th hour, things started to get a little like we need a break, right? Now, us three girls, we can rock out an entire weekend, an entire week, because we're just so full of love on life. We have absolutely nothing to complain about, and it's amazing. And the other part that is really, really something that I never thought, I became a single mom when I was 4 months pregnant. Okay. And it was one of those things where I had kind of just set myself up for the fact that life was always going to be a struggle. And I was always going to be having to choose between what Perry wanted and then being able to give my daughter the time. Right. And I just kind of set myself, like, I was like, that's just how it's going to be. So don't complain about it. Know what to expect, and you will never be disappointed. My goodness. Now I am able to do things that people who are stay-at-home moms and have a man that goes out, the husband goes out and works, I'm able to do things that with her that they can't even do. Because guess what? I have the time and the money, and I don't have a job to go to, because I was able to retire myself from massage after 4.5 months of working this business, right? So no one tells me when I can go on a vacation with my daughter. Right? No one tells me if I can go take a company trip or if I can go work with my team and invest in other people. And guess what? I get to bring my daughter along. And how strong of a future generation do we get to build? Do we get to build when we get to have these little mini humans growing up in a society and in a group of people where there is no room at all for negativity? They lift each other up. And it is so freaking awesome. If you can't do this for you, do it for your kids, because they deserve, right? They deserve the best parent that you can be and the best surroundings. So that's what I have to say on it. I live, breathe, and drink this stuff. So thank you so much for having me on.
That is absolutely awesome. Kat, your story is crazy awesome. Seriously, you are such an inspiration for all single moms out there. Cool. The next person actually is my actual workout buddy named Catherine. She's not on my team. She's what all these girls on the call are, sideline cousins and aunties, uncles, and whatever, in the big tree of awesomeness called money. So go for it, Catherine.
Okay, can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay, good. So my name is Catherine Enns. I'm coming at you from the foothills of southern Alberta, just west of Nanton. I live on a farm. I'm the mom of 2 kids with special needs, wife, business owner, chronic volunteer, dreamer. I'm a tired dreamer because just, trying so many different things, and I finally found something that really, really works for my family, and it's really been wonderful. I grew up in a blended family of 12, so we were double the Brady Bunch, so we're 6 and 6. Really, my parents worked 7 days a week. My family were self-employed people. We didn't work for corporations or anything like that, so we really we learned a lot of entrepreneurial, hardworking skills right from the get-go. Everybody had a job in our house with 14 people, and it was, one of those things where everybody had to do their fair share. My parents retired relatively poor. They were rich in land, poor in cash. And I worked in a financial institution for 15 years. I also was in network marketing on the side during that 15 years because I saw what could happen with residual income and building, a secure future. During my years in the financial industry, I saw so many people that were retiring broke and living paycheck to paycheck. And we did that. That's all I knew, is to live with that many people to feed. There was an awful lot of groceries going through our house. So fast forward, my husband and I have 2 special needs children. We have a farm. We have all these things happening. And when you own a farm, it's not luxurious. You're not rich. Lots of people think you're rich because you have a big yard, and that big yard costs a ton of money. It's a dream, though. It's a wonderful place to be, but you always need more money. And that was something that was a bit of a struggle. And we had a disaster on our farm, and I needed to earn extra income. And interestingly, when I left network marketing 14 years ago, I was never going back because the experience that I had was not very friendly. It was friendly, but it was really difficult, and there was just a lot of backstabbing, a lot of not there was just a connotation and an environment that I wasn't happy with. And so life was relatively paycheck to paycheck. I found Monat. I called Amy, my upline in Illinois. I asked her a bazillion questions. I'm sure one of the most skeptics that she'd run into. I jumped in, and through Monat, I found challenges that have showed me my strengths, how much I can love strangers, Arlene, Pila, Kat, Tony, all these people that I've met, and it's been just so exhilarating, so fantastic. I'm learning so much every day. And I've found belief in myself that for years and years and years. And so business knowledge makes me realize that I really know nothing, because there's so much more out there that I need to learn and I want to learn, and I'm so excited. And so one of the things that I've come across is a lot of times when people say, I don't have time. Well, how many TV shows do people watch in a day? Because I was in a program at one time and I'm learning some things. And one of the things that I did learn was that if you stop watching TV for your evenings or some evenings a week, you can earn an entire part-time income in just a couple of hours an evening. And that is where Monat has fit in for me. I have been able to put increments of time throughout my day because I'm very busy. We have a farm. I'm a massage therapist of both my kids. We're, with children's hospital visits and, with Monat and all the things that are involved in it. And so that is one of the things that I can say is that with network marketing, you can actually earn a very, very good income and still have a healthy family life. And you can meet the most amazing people. Shannon, Kat, Arlene, everybody that I've met have been so incredible. And it's opened up an entire world that I never knew existed. It's been so fantastic. So if you're ever wondering if there's something better out there or something different, do it. Don't think about it. Just go. Really, it's just so fantastic. It's just been the most incredible thing that I've had for my experiences. So that's what I have to say. I'm
That's
excited.
awesome.
Sometimes I ramble on, so I'm hoping that I'm still within my time.
Catherine,
Anyway.
thank you so much, sister friend. You are awesome.
Thank you.
And she was practicing. She is my workout buddy, and you do ramble, but I love your rambles. Okay, so the next person is Carol Lee. She's a retired physiotherapist, so go for it, Carol Lee. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
Hello, does everybody hear me? Hi, I'm Carol Lee Greer, and I am a retired physiotherapist. And I certainly come from the service industry and totally understand that you only get paid for the work you do and the clients you see. But also being the owner of a clinic, behind the scenes, I was still responsible for all the marketing, all the payroll, getting the supplies in, making sure my equipment's working, and still paying the rent. So not only am I on the floor with clients, that's the only part where I got income. So basically, I do absolutely understand the service industry, and I was able to, as my children were young, I had a business, my husband had a business, and I was very fortunate I was able to sell my physiotherapy practice so I could be home with my children because it was way, way too much. And I had a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle with my family, raising my children, and they're adults now. My daughter's 27, my son's 25, my baby's 21. So I have all this energy, and I've been a stay-at-home mom for so long, and you get into your own little comfortable bubble, and I'm ready to sort of burst that bubble. So I'm one of these people that just, hey, I'm ready for an opportunity. And with the ups and downs with my husband in the computer industry, yeah, I really want to contribute to more income for our retirement because we've had our financial ups and downs as well. So I'm one of those people at sort of the end of my career that have this wonderful energy, wanting to meet people, get out of my comfort zone. Plus, I'm a science geek. I really look and delve into the way things work, and I'm really into wanting to use non-toxic products. And so when Monat came along, I'm definitely much like Shannon McKenzie. You look into the products, make sure that they're naturally based and they're good for the body and all that sort of stuff. But then I started seeing all these wonderful results. And I've been in the business long enough now that really these men that have the male pattern baldness, their hair's growing back. I thought, wow. And it's very, very exciting that I can help people that way. And my whole win-win with physiotherapy is working with clients that wanted to help themselves. And I'm getting the same with Monat and building up a team. If you connect with people that are, have their own needs in their life, and they really want to work and make their lives better, it's a real win-win. So this building up a team and working and meeting people that want to make a better life, and you can help them on that journey. I'm just really, really enjoying this process, and absolutely will be able to add to my income for retirement, and have a wonderful people to meet and grow with. And you not only help people with your customers look and feel better, but also when you look and feel better, you're actually emotionally happier. So you're actually helping the world out there be a happier place to be, but also with the team that you're building, you're helping them grow personally and financially. And there's just so many offshoots of this business that go beyond the income that you're making. So that's really my win-win, and getting to know Arlene and Pile and the team out there is very much a win-win for me. So I love being out of my comfort zone, meeting people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carolee, so much, sister friend. The next person we have up is Carrie Waters. She has an incredible story. Go for it, Carrie.
Hi, I'm Carrie Waters. Thanks, Arlene, for having me join in on this call. Really excited to share Monat with everyone. I've been married to my husband for 26 years. I have 2 boys. I've been a stay-at-home mom since my boys were born. I have a 4-year-old grandson, and I watched him from the time he was 3 months old until he was 3 years old. And then my whole world came crashing down in September 2015. I found out I had breast cancer, and of course I had to stop watching him, and the fear and the fact that I was going to lose my hair was devastating. And so those were the 2 hardest parts of breast cancer, but I made it through that. And who knew that something so bad as breast cancer would lead to something so good. Finding this shampoo, I was on Facebook just searching around and found Monat, like I'm sure many of you found Monat. And it's just been awesome the last 7 months. In the last couple months, my business has started growing. I have teammates, and my teammates have growing businesses, and it's just awesome. Sorry, you lost me. A phone call is coming in. Sorry about that. So the last couple months, my business has really been growing. My teammates, their businesses are growing. It's awesome to see my friends loving their hair again. I get messages almost every single day from people telling me that they love their hair, and that's just awesome. I have people who are starting to use the shampoo from day 1 of their hair growing back, and they're sending me pictures weekly of their hair coming back and of their hair blowing in the wind. And I know that feeling, and I want to help people who, sorry, there should be a way to turn your phone off when you're on this call. But it's just awesome. I just signed up for the discount. I didn't even sign up to sell this shampoo, or share it. I just signed up for the discount. I'm looking at my notes. I've tried other direct selling companies before and been unsuccessful. And with Monat, you have to work your business, but it's just so easy to share this awesome shampoo. And then, like everybody said, people see your hair and they're like, what'd you do to your hair? And I see that happening with my friends, and it's just awesome. I get a weekly paycheck, I get a monthly bonus, and last month, my pay was enough to pay for me to go to Houston in 9 days? And I mean, it's just awesome. So like everybody else has been saying, if you are just have like a little, like just a little piece in your mind saying, hey, you should try this shampoo, or hey, you should try this business, you should just jump in. I mean, because it's just awesome. And I mean, your friends are going to thank you, because my friends are thanking me. So your friends are going to thank you too. And I'm going to get to meet Arlene and Shannon and everybody. I mean, Roxy, Shiley, I mean, everybody is just so awesome, making new friends. And this experience is just like nothing else I've ever experienced in my life. So thanks. And hey, congratulations on getting your Cadillac.
Why, thank you, good woman. And I thank you again, Carrie. Like, so people don't really know, Carrie's picture has been literally viral across the globe. And you, even though you signed up just to get the discount, you literally helped thousands of people with your inspiring story. So like, thank you for joining the call. The next person up is Pila, and I had to put her in there. We got 2 more speakers. So I know people have been very patient. If you're still here, the last 2 people are amazing. So Pila is my direct sponsor. I had to put her on this call because she's amazing. So go for it, Pila.
Hi, Arlene. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for including me on this call on this beautiful Monday morning. I come to you from Vancouver Island, which is on the west coast of Canada. And so, okay, a little bit about myself. I'm now a retired optician. I used to be an optician, eye clinic manager, contact lens fitter for a good 15 years. That involved a lot of stress, long hours, bitchy patients, dare I say. It was just one of those jobs where I did not enjoy myself. I had a boss that I maybe didn't get along with quite as well as I should have. And I just constantly felt under stress, like in the morning waking up and just thinking that I had to get dressed, make myself look pretty and presentable, and go to that office to face the day. I came to the point where I didn't want to do this anymore. To top it all off, my husband, he's a captain. He works away. I barely see him, and we have 2 kids. So the big thing was that I was, having my job, which I kind of perceived as fairly stressful. I had 2 kids to take care of. The kids were going to school, daycares, after school care, all that while my husband was gone. So I just felt like I was a rabbit in a wheel or a hamster in a wheel. And like by the time I got home, I was exhausted every day. So I tried different things on the side, just thinking that, if I just make a little bit of extra with something else, that maybe I'm going to have maybe I can cut back at my job, or maybe I can, give up the management job and just be a regular optician. So I have owned online businesses. I have done stuff on eBay, Amazon, just all while working as an optician. I've owned just a traditional business, eyewear distribution, everything on the side of my regular optician job. And all that I did by adding those things into my life was having even less time to spend with my family, with my kids, and even more stress. And I found that, okay, something is going on here. And I figured that all I was doing was trading my hours for dollars, 1 for 1, kind of, sort of. And that I was not doing anything that helped me leverage my income and leverage my time. So in I believe it was 2013, somebody introduced me to network marketing. It was a nutritional company. So I took that on top of everything else I was already doing. And the hardest part about that was that I felt I had to change people's eating habits. And you know how that is. If you tell somebody to replace their bacon and eggs in the morning with this shake, not many people are going to want to do that. People don't want to change their habits. So I came across Monat in the summer of 2015, just before the Canadian pre-launch. And I thought, you know what? This actually seems like a good idea. At first, I didn't really want to do anything with it because it was yet another thing on my plate. But my husband said, maybe you should take a closer look because there's nothing like this on the market. And the other thing I figured out that we don't have to change people's habits. We don't have to change their daily patterns. Everybody gets in the shower, everybody shampoos their hair. So I'm not telling them to eat something crazy or change their habits or, you know, nothing like this. It's just shampoo. So I jumped in August 2015. And long story short, I can get a little bit emotional here. I'm no longer an optician. I don't have to have a boss. I don't work for anybody else. I have let go of all those side gigs, side jobs, because I don't need it anymore. It's Monday, it's 10:30 in the morning, and I'm at home. My kids are at school right now, but this, I literally, yes, hello. It literally has changed my life so much. Financially, I cannot even tell you. I can't tell you the numbers, but what this is bringing into my bank account every month is about 3 times of what my optician salary used to be. 3 times. This is absolutely insane. I am so beyond grateful for taking the chance. And although my life was so insanely busy, something told me that I have to try this. I have to try this out. So, and remember, my husband he's still a captain. I'm still doing this all alone right now. But my big goal is to retire him in 2018. And I am well on my way of doing so. So this is my big why. I want my husband home. I want our family together and be actually, I am going to freaking cry right now. But this is my big why. Like, I just want my husband home. And this is why I do what I do. And I'm so grateful for everybody that has come into my life. I have to thank Mark Zuckerberg for bringing Arlene into my life because we met on social media. So, and I want to finish with one more thing. For those of you guys who think that you don't know enough people to do this business, you may have noticed that I have a little bit of an accent, just a little bit. I was not born and raised here. I'm from Estonia, which means that all my childhood friends, my family, my high school friends, everybody lives there and we do not do business there. And if I was able to put the time and effort in to find people, there's people everywhere. Just open your eyes, get out of the house. If I was able to do it, while being technically a foreigner in this country, yes, I'm a citizen now, but you know what I mean. I was not born and raised here. If I can do it, any of you can. So I just really want to encourage you to go back to the person, whoever invited you to this call, and just take the chance. You will not regret it. That's all I can say. So thank you so much, Arlene, for including me on this call today.
Oh my goodness, Pila, you are amazing. She is a supernova rock star. And true, talking about the numbers, there's about 4,000 of us that really make a steady income from this company. There's 350 million people in the US, 35 million in Canada. Those are the countries we're in right now. That's a bit of a clue. The next person who's going to wrap up the call, I hope she's still on here, is the rock star, one of the first people in this company, Grand Music, Tony Van Schoik. Please wrap it up, sister.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you, Arlene, so much for including me on this call. And what a panel of amazing people that just shared their personal testimonials. I don't really know if I need to say anything else. I mean, pretty much everybody has touched on anything and everything that this business has given myself, my family, and the people that I care about. It truly is a gift. And I guess what I would like to say, wrapping it up, is I want to put, some things into perspective, because it, if you like to travel, you can check that box. If you like like cars, you can check that box. And if you like a great income, you can check that box as well. But ultimately, this business is all about you. I would not be here if I was not a servant leader and putting everybody first. I think that's one thing that people have to recognize. And that was not like that in my previous positions. I've been a small business owner. I've worked for the big corporations. And I just saw that network marketing was a better way almost 20 years ago. And it took me a while and a couple of companies to figure it out. And sometimes that does happen, and that's okay. But you know what? We're in the best place right now. And this really, Monat is different. We are a completely different culture and company. We're family based. I mean, everybody is rooting everybody on, cheering everybody on. So we're always, we're everybody's biggest cheerleader. But you know, the one thing is too, is that the number one reason why people get involved in network marketing is because they do need to make more money. And every single person that I talk to, I know that in the back of my mind, I have something that can solve their financial issues. And that is one of the things that I enjoy most, is to show people how simple this is, show them how they can just dedicate, you know, just a few hours a week to make a huge financial impact on what they're currently doing. Because let's face it, just like Pila said, we want mom and dads home. We want them home with their children, not away for 40, 50 hours a week or weeks on end because, you know, their job takes them away. But the beauty of this is, you know, my story is just, I'm so humbled, and I'm nobody special. I just plugged in, I followed the 3 simple steps in our system, and I showed other people how to do the same exact darn thing. And it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your pedigree. It doesn't matter how much money you make or what your background is that anybody and everybody can do this. So, you know, a little bit about where we have come from. You know what? We were in financial dire straits when I found Monat. And it was either I was going to pay my house payment or I was going to invest in this business. And by no means am I telling anybody to do that. That was just my choice, because I was either all in or I was going to take my first job in almost 20 years. And that would have taken me out of my home, away from my children, 55 hours a week. That's where we were at, because I couldn't find another company that was in alignment with my integrity, with my passion, and with my excitement, until I came across Monat. And I signed up. I was signed up right on August 15th of 2014, our first day of pre-launch in the US. And by April of 2015, I retired my husband. He no longer works. He is a stay-at-home dad. He makes a better dad than he makes a better mom than I do. Retired him. We then, in July of 2015, we moved to our dream location, and we live on the beach now instead of in the frigid cold temperatures of the northern Midwest. You know, so that's been one of the couple of things that we've been able to do. Yes, I've traveled. Yes, you know, we have a brand new Cadillac. You know, thank you to Monat. So does our other people in our Monat family. But you know what? At the end of the day, you know what gives me more joy is really seeing how this changes other people's lives. And I could not. Sorry, I could not ask for more of a God calling, a God path that I am on right now, and just saving other people. And that's what we do. And here we are right now. It is January of 2017, and I make more than my husband did being an engineer in a month than he did in a year. But these are just possibilities, because somebody is going to come along. They're going to do it better. They're going to do it faster. We are at some serious hyper growth right now. And so, you know, if there's somebody that is listening to this and you found any of this inspiring at all, take the leap of faith. Just do it, because I will guarantee you that your financial future will be radically changed within 30, 60, 90 days if you work the plan. So again, Arlene, I'm honored to be on this call, and I'm so thankful. And I'm just so proud of your achievements, and Pila and Kat and Shannon, both Shannons, and everybody that shared on this call. And Carrie, how inspiring are you? So I love you guys. I love our family. I love this business, and we got a lot of growing, and we've got a lot of people to share this with, and you know, just keep sharing away.
Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you so much, Tony, for coming. I know Tony is so stupid busy. Like, the fact that she was able to stay on this call with us is amazing. So thank you, everybody, for coming on this call. Thank you, everybody who's jumped on and had an open mindset, and the abundant mindset people that come and actually share their stories. I plan to do these actually every 2 weeks. The next one is going to be some of the men of Monat. That'll be very interesting for the guys out there who think this is just for women. So we're going to keep going and doing different themes. So thank you, everybody, for jumping on, and thank you for watching to the end. Thank you, everyone who participated. So I'm just going to say a little, you can see everybody that's on the call that's left, because everybody else had to leave because they're busy. So just going to wrap it up, unmute everybody, and just say, you know, thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you for coming. Bye.
Have a good day.